In 2022, for the first time in 82 years, the NHL's regular season would come to an end with the Montreal Canadiens sitting right at the bottom of the standings. It was one of the most miserable seasons in Habs history, and of course, changes, they needed to be made. For the next couple of seasons, Habs fans watched their team suck. The win category? It didn't even matter anymore. All the winning was now done during the off-season. Kent Hughes and the Doom Squad, the new Habs management team, they would load up at the draft and go on to select Juraj Slafkovsky in 2022, Orville Redenbacher in 2023, and of course, Ivan Demidov in 2024. That's a big, rugged winger, a promising two-way defenseman, and a kid who has the potential to be a future star forward. But what's even more impressive is what the Canadiens managed to accomplish in the later rounds of the draft. Like Jacob Fowler at 69, and how about Lane Hudson at 62? You see, rebuilds are often accelerated when teams manage to hit home runs in the later rounds. You know what I'm talking about. It's like finding corn amongst a big pile of shit. And with 66 points last season, I feel like it's safe to say Lane Hudson is definitely one of these rebuild accelerators that I'm talking about. He was a major reason in the Habs' success last season. They finished up with 91 points. They snuck into a playoff position for the first time in years. And even though they were eliminated pretty quickly by the Washington Capitals, count me in as somebody who was proud of what they managed to accomplish. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a really good feeling about the Montreal Canadiens heading into this season. I think they're only going to go up from here. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you why my confidence in this team is at an all-time high. But wait! First, I want to tell you about the sponsor of today's video. And it's Miraj Trading. Ooh, yeah! Are you sick and tired of having to leave your house to go and buy hockey cards? Are you looking for a good spot to get them online? Well, the boys over at Miraj Trading, they've got a huge online selection of hobby boxes you can choose from. You could get these bad boys delivered right to your door, maybe even directly to your toilet seat. You don't even have to get up. And let's not forget, on October 15th, Upper Deck is going to be releasing their new Series 1 hobby box, where you just know Ivan Demidov's Young Guns card is going to hit like barbecued bologna on a Sunday. You can find all their links in the description of today's video. But now let's get back to talking about this upcoming season. Alright, so as I was saying, for the first time in years, as a Habs fan, I've got a really positive attitude about the upcoming season. I don't think the Habs are going to be a team to take lightly anymore. I certainly don't think they're going to finish at the bottom of the Atlantic. What the devil is this? Get your ass out of my YouTube video. You see, I'm projecting the Canadiens to finish somewhere around 96 to 98 points. I think that's going to be the sweet spot. And my reasoning behind this, of course, my first reason is related to some of the changes that have been made to the lineup over the course of the offseason. On defense, Kent Hughes didn't just dive into any old dumpster to find a replacement for David Savard. No. Instead, the man went out and brought in a big 25-year-old right-shot defenseman who likes to go by the name of Noah Dobson, a man who's already got a 70-point season under his belt. He's going to be relied upon heavily this season, and I don't care what anyone says, he's definitely an upgrade over David Savard, even though I'm going to miss him. Up front, the Canadiens parted ways with a couple of guys who I like to call defensive specialists in Dvorak and Armia. And they brought in Zachary Bolduc, a feisty 22-year-old forward that I'm really excited about, full of potential. And they also added a couple of warm bodies in Joe Veleno, the man who pretty much showed up at practice and refused to leave. And my personal favorite, Sammy Blais, a hard-hitting forward who can also play the game a lot better than people tend to give him credit for. Kent Hughes was definitely busy working the phones over the summer, and I feel like he definitely did a good job at making the team better. My next reason why I feel like the Canadiens are going to be a much better team next season is Ivan Demidov. Kids, if you're wondering what determination looks like, look no further than the Canadiens' 5th overall pick at the 2024 draft. Ivan Demidov has been training like a madman. He's getting all amped up for his first season in the National Hockey League, and I've got a feeling like this kid is about to have as big of an impact on the Montreal Canadiens roster as Lane Hutson did last season. I mean, it's hard to put into words how talented this young man is, but he's got star potential written all over him. He's got an excellent shot, slick hands. He's got that disgusting backhander that can put a goaltender to sleep. Every time he uses it, it's like the goaltender's going through some kind of a Windows update or something. And if he hits the ground running next season, if he puts up the kind of numbers that we know he's capable of, he's got as good of a chance at winning that Calder Trophy as anyone else. Just like Lane Hutson. He's going to be an absolute rock star, and mark my words, a few years from now, some of these teams, they're going to be kicking themselves in the ass that they didn't take him. And the final reason why I'm so confident in this team right now is actually pretty simple. It's growth, okay? Last year, the Canadiens had one of the youngest teams in the league. They were actually the youngest team in NHL history to make the Stanley Cup playoffs. And you see all these young pups, they're now 1 year older. They're much more experienced hitting in the next season. And even though they're still going to be the youngest team in the entire league, their play on the ice is not going to resemble that, okay? They're not going to play like the youngest team. A lot of these kids have been playing together for years now. What they've been doing is they've been putting together a shit ton of experience. Ladies and gentlemen, the Habs are no longer a team that should be taken lightly anymore. And I don't really consider myself an over-positive person. For those of you that have been around here for years, you know that more often than not I like to call a spade a spade. But I couldn't be more excited right now about the direction that this team is headed in. The Canadiens, they've already got a really solid team on paper aside from that one question mark at the 2C position. They've got one of the best prospect pools in the league right now, and you better believe it, they're setting themselves up to be a top team in the NHL for many years to come. But that's going to do it for today's video. I'm just really excited right now to get this season going. And I know it's been a slow couple of months here on this channel. I haven't really been making a whole lot of content especially like I normally do. But I just want to let everybody know that when training camp and preseason begins, I'm going to be pumping out just as much content as ever. So please don't forget to smash up that like button with a ball peen hammer before you leave here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, but of course, only if you want to. If you don't like it, don't subscribe. And hey, I'll see you next time.